And this is Majin, and boy, do we have this exciting comic pull and review for you today, January 3rd, 2018. So much excitement, I can't handle it. So let's just get started. We got Superman 37, Super Sons of Tomorrow. So it's not like you have one Super Son. You got two for the price of $2.99. All right, here's the deal. A certain person from the future by the name of Tim Drake has to come back yet again to kill somebody else. And this is basically that story where he's going after Superboy, Superman's kid. So he first goes to the Wayne Manor thing, and he has to beat up Batman. And Batman is very disappointed at the way Tim is acting. And he lets Tim know that by being defeated, so that way Tim can steal items so he can attack Superman. So this way he can beat Superman and then go after the sun. Okay, so if you got that part straight. So, the art is okay. It's decent. The fight between Tim and Superman was good. The fight between Batman and Tim Drake was, marginally acceptable for a DC Marvel standard. It was all right, Overall, it was all right. I've read a lot worse. I've read better, but it didn't make me just want to punch myself in the face. So we were off to a good start. Now, then we got this one. I'm not even going to attempt that pronunciation, but he's the Deathless. And it's basically, the art is good. I really like the style of Hellboy in general. And I really like the universe of Hellboy. I think it's interesting. I'm sadly very far behind on a lot of the stuff, but I really do enjoy it from what I have read. And this is basically a supporting character in the story, and it's a background story type thing. It's a mini-series. It was entertaining. Not much more I can say about that other than it was entertaining. So we're off to a good start. And then we have The Walking Dead, The New World Order, 1 of 6. And while I was reading it, I was just like going, you know what? Yes, indeed, this does look like a very bad situation that they're in. The thing that got me was, it was kind of like, here's yet another one. We had the governor, we had Negan, and now we have this guy. And it's just, I'm not going to go into the spoilers of it because, the golden rule is nobody spoils The Walking Dead, because there's a bombshell spoiler at the last page. But I will say this. To me, while I enjoy the Walking Dead universe. I think the characters are really good. The writing is really good. Art is fantastic. I like the drama that happens in the book. But it's yet another main villain who has a whole bunch of people underneath him. And Rick and Party are, obviously going to have to plow through them all. And it's like, I feel like I've read the story before. And that's where I'm struggling with The Walking Dead right now. I just feel like even though the endings are different, from the way the governor ended and the Negan saga ended, it's different. I just feel like it's the same thing. It's like, how more dangerous can the next guy be? I guess is my point. And, it's like, yeah, you kill a few people, you add a few new people in the mix, because they already added a new character. And I'm just like, I'm just not excited anymore, I guess is the right word. Batman. This had me worried right there. So, right from the very first page, I was just like, I literally just put the book down and I stopped reading for a while because it was yet another one of these "this is me and this is you" scenarios, and they mirror the mirror. Every panel mirrors each other, and I'm just like going, my God, is this the new writing style that? This is this the only thing this guy is capable of doing is just, doing here's me and here's you stories. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And so I'm reading it, and there's basically what's going on is there's a bunch of killings and people are being framed, and Bruce is kind of he's struggling with the clues. And all I'm thinking of is here he is, he's with Catwoman, and they're about ready to go to sleep, and he leaves Catwoman in bed so he can go work on his puzzle. And I'm just like going, okay, you're lucky that you have Catwoman who understands the situation, and she doesn't care, because like a cat, if you feed the cat's going to stay, type thing. And it's like I'm just like going, dude, what are your priorities here? You got the Catwoman, that's prime real estate you got there now, and you should take care of it, otherwise you're going to grow up with regrets later, type thing. And I don't know, the ending was I don't know, I struggle sometimes. I just struggle. I know reviewers are just going to 8 out of 10, glorious, perfect writing, great story, great characterization, great this, great that. But I'm like going, I can't say this is great. It's just, the villain, who the villain is, I mean, if you can't figure it out from the very beginning, you're an idiot. I mean, I don't want to say an idiot. That's insulting. You just maybe are just not reading it closely enough, or maybe you're just not experienced with reading these types of stories, and you don't catch on the clues. But I feel that I've read the story, like The Walking Dead. I feel like I've read the story multiple times, and it's not fresh, it's not exciting, and, I don't know. I'm just disappointed. And then we got to Batman and The Signal. And I am deeply sorry for saying this, but I got this far. Well, as you can see, it's not too many pages here. I got right about here, where, this is it, where this old lady here is yelling that bats don't come out during the day, and that's when I kind of went one more page, and I just went like this. I'm like, I'm not interested. I don't care. I mean, it's rare that I would do that to a Snyder book, but it was just, I don't know. I just lost complete interest. I didn't care. I mean, to me, this guy looks like a cross between a Wolverine and a Daredevil. I mean, obviously the face part reminds me of Wolverine, but he's got the Billy Club. It's the yellow costume from Daredevil. And I'm just like, and granted, I get it. They're trying to contrast Batman and the new guys. And I'm just like, oh, God, it's really painful having to read stuff like this sometimes. Now, I realize that I've been very negative about some books. So I wanted to give a couple of suggestions that I think are far superior stories so far. Now, I got them digitally on Amazon. You can get them. The first is called Goblin Slayer. Now, I had read the first volume of the visual novel. I mean, not the visual novel, but the novel. And then I was reading the manga. And let me just tell you, the savagery of this book is just delicious. It is. It's the basic story is there's this kid, and he was basically, his village got destroyed by goblins, and he survived, and he saw like his sister, I think it was his sister, getting raped by goblins, and he's just mind twisted now, and he's older now, and he wears really cruddy armor. He always wears a helmet, and his his own when he goes to the town guild hall, everybody's grabbing quests. He only grabs goblin quests, and he goes and he kills goblins all the time. And it's not like a Wolverine kill where he just pops the claws, slash, and they're dead type thing. We're talking brutal deaths. We're talking about battle axes to the heads, heads being split open. Adventurers who go into areas where they're not supposed to or should be going into, they just get savaged by these goblins, and it is not for the faint at heart at times. And the art is outstanding. I know a lot of manga gets a bad rap sometimes, but the art is really good. It's a little bit of a little etchiness at times here and there, a little. Some of the content can be disturbing because, like I mentioned before, his he watched his sister getting raped by goblins, and it is just the book is really good. Every chapter gets better, and I get really frustrated when more chapters don't come out, type thing. The second, it just started, is called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, I understand that based on the title, you might think this is really stupid, and I fell into that trap also. But I was doing some research, and I discovered it is a battle manga. Basically, what happens is and this is also, like I said, available on Amazon. You can get it on the Kindle, or you can buy it as a paper, a trade format. And same thing with Goblin Slayer. You can do both. With that time I got resurrected of his slime. Basically, what happens is the guy gets killed, and he gets killed trying to protect a friend. And as he's dying, he's like talking to this imaginary, I don't want to say imaginary, but another person type thing, another voice, and it's kind of like going, okay, so let me get this straight. If this happens, and this is the result, and the guy gets this power of the great sage. And he awakens in darkness, and he's like eating some grass, and then he hears another voice, and the voice is talking to him, and then suddenly there's light, and he discovers that he's now a slime. Now I'm not going to ruin what he meets in the cave, but just let me tell you that was a fantastic moment, what he met in the cave. That was great. Now, the thing about the slime is, keep in mind, he has the intelligence of himself as a human, but he also has the power of Google at his command. So in a sense, he has the power of everything, of knowledge, but the only thing is he just doesn't know it until he asks the question. So tell me, what does this mean, or how do I do that? And then he gets that information, hence the great sage part. Now, where it gets into the battle manga is like he fights things, he kills things. Because it's like, for an example, he wanted to learn how to speak, so he goes after some bats, he goes after some other things, and he develops vocal cords. And then he eats some spiders, and now he can do silk. And oddly enough, he basically he goes to he's like emitting this demonic aura, and so he meets some goblins, and these goblins basically go, "Oh crap, all right, we submit to your will because you're this demon." And he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm just a slime." And so they explain what's going on. So he basically pulls in the demonic aura, and then they explain to him that, well, there's these wolves, and the demon wolves are going to kill us. So he's like, "Okay, well, that's horrible." And they're like, "Well, help us." And he's like, "Well, if I help you, what are you going to do for me?" And the wise goblin says, the leader of the tribe basically goes, "Well, we'll pledge our loyalty to you. We don't have anything, so we pledge our loyalty." So he goes, "Okay, well, I'll help you out." And he fights. He sets up traps, and he fights the main wolf, and eventually he gains the wolves, that pack, as an ally. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm not that deep into the book, but as you can see, the more things he fights, he's going to gain allies, and he's going to gain powers along the way. And highly recommend it so far. It's very, the first few chapters have been very entertaining, and I really look forward to reading more of it. And in fact, I'll probably be reading more over the weekend. It's both those books are great. In my opinion, Goblin Slayer is better than any of the books I read this week. More DC books, and including Walking Dead and the Hellboy book, by far. It is, I mean, if you like action, it is bloody, Conan, the Barbarian, hacking to pieces goblin action. So if you like that, you will like Goblin Slayer. And they're not that cheap, too, if you buy them on Amazon. So, anyways, I think like the trade volumes are, I think, like $5.99 or so. And I got like Goblin Slayer chapters are like $1.99. So they're like really cheap. So anyways, that's it for this week. Let me know what you guys picked up. What you guys are looking forward to reading the most. Oh my god, I almost forgot. There was an article on Newsarama. Somebody, talk about SJW nonsense Marvel. Somebody got the idea to gender bend the Guardians of the Galaxy, put them to high school, and turn them into Sailor Moon magical girls. And an editor approved that nonsense. I am just so happy that that thing got canceled by somebody up higher before that book saw the light of day. My God. I mean, could you imagine? Guardians of the Galaxy, gender bent as magical girls. Unbelievable. Anyways, let me know what you guys like reading the most this week. We'll have more stuff later. What are you looking forward to for the year? I mean, are you going to be looking for a triumphant return for Marvel? Are you looking at, hey, you know, this Infinity book series might be pretty good? Let me know. We'll have more stuff later. And until next time.